Good morning. Welcome to Saturday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom for your day. And it's going to get up to almost 60 here today. I think spring has finally sprung. The robins are saying so, but we've had a few little after snows that kind of make you go, not done yet. But I think we're there. So I'm quite happy about that. Might even go buy myself a new garden hose just to celebrate. So we'll give it a minute. Oh, it looks like someone's popped on. Good morning, Diane. Welcome. Glad you are here. We'll give it a minute for everybody to roll in. There's Joe Neal. Good morning. And Abigail. Awesome. Everybody's starting to roll in. This is good. And Nancy. Good morning. Welcome. So we have a lovely card today from the Earth Magic deck by Stephen D. Farmer, and I think it is a tone setter. That's what I'm going to call this card, a tone setter. Because when I first read it, I'm like, yeah, but I can see the point. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you're here. Everybody rolling in. Abigail's here with all of her fun little icons. Oh, Nancy, you're here twice. Lucky you. Must be good message for you today. We'll see how it goes. So, and then we're off to the second day of Rummage-O-Rama. We sold over $1,000 yesterday, so moving stuff on. Finding its new forever home. On it goes. Buy stuff. So, yeah. And it was nice seeing people after a whole winter of not having the regulars popping up once a month. So making some headway. So right now I have my car loaded with mirrors. My mother loved buying mirrors that had gilt edges and, all kinds of stuff. So I think I have at least 5 mirrors in my car ready to go over there. Jonil, you're here twice also, so this message must be extra important for you as well. So yeah, looking forward to another day of chatting with people, and it got nice and warm, so we actually have the door open for a little while over there, so it was lovely. Hello, Beth. Welcome. Glad you are here. So, Earth Magic, Stephen D. Farmer. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome. Glad you're here. We'll show you the Divine Mother holding some of her creatures. So let's start with a little tapping and a little breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Settling into right here, right now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe I'll have to send you some pictures. There's some interesting ones in there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Wiggling a little, getting the kinks out. Yeah, I can tell my back, whole lot of furniture yesterday. So yeah, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And here we are, right here, right now. So our card for today is Childhood Innocence. And you can see the 2 kids on the path there. You can see the sun rays coming in, the pond, and some thunderclouds off in the distance. So let's see what it says. Childhood Innocence. The light from the heavens falls upon the children through the rays of the sun that illuminate their presence like a spotlight. Good morning, Bobby. Glad you're here. Childhood Innocence. That's our card today. The little girl reaches out to these bright beams, and these elements together portray an idyllic childhood activity for many of us who have had the privilege of exploring, turn my page here, the natural world. There we go. A blanket of lush meadow grass embraces a small pond, which leads to a more distant valley, one that is darker and shrouded by the very clouds that also produce this remarkable play of light. And isn't that the case? Some things seem to have the dark side of them and the light side of them. Let's see here. In their exploration of the world, it's inevitable that these children will at some point lose their original innocence. It doesn't have to be a permanent loss, however. We don't need to live in constant fear in anticipation of such an event, nor do we have to reconcile the loss of that state of purity by constantly romanticizing the past and missing out on the present. The wisdom and faith we've accrued from our life experiences are keys to recapturing this state of innocence. And I think about wisdom leaders like the Dalai Lama, always seems to be very happy and positive. The Buddha is laughing and smiling, right? So recapturing that state of innocence. The light that will guide us through any dark passage is the light of spirit from within that connects us with Source. It's all one, right? It's all one. Finding our innocence once again, we become aware that it was never lost, just forgotten. Innocence is not simply the lack of guilt or shame, but a quality in itself, one that you naturally possess when you first come into this existence. There are challenges you have faced throughout life that have further shaped your personality and character. You have also likely encountered moments following a disappointment or loss when you turned sour or cynical. Anybody? We all have our moments, right? Mrs. Negativity. And no doubt had times when layers of anger or fear blocked the flow of your vitality, your life force. I had a client this week where I felt that was the case. So angry about how life has turned out that couldn't open space for the good. Couldn't open space for the good, which is probably right on the other side of that anger. So navigating a way through that is really important. Yet, in spite of all this, there is a core of innocence that you can reawaken by releasing any shame that has covered over the truth of who you are. Who we are as divine children of God, right? There isn't, as my friend the bishop says, there's no such thing as original sin. Original blessing, that we are blessed and loved the same as every other creature on earth, right? So we need to step fully into that and let go of this idea that we came here already besmirched. Garbage. Take any opportunity to heal this shame and let it go so you can revisit that state of purity. Doing so helps you see every moment with fresh eyes and removes the filters. Remember my shit color glasses? Removes the filters that inhibit your light and love from coming forth. The world needs your light and love. The world needs your light and love right now. So let go of that false modesty of who me. Yes, you divine child of God. Yes, you. You are, well, here it is. You are a child of God. So allow yourself to be that. Allow yourself to be that. If you look at little kids, they don't have any of that garbage, right? They're just there themselves, exactly as they are. They've got that authentic self thing down. We haven't messed them up yet, right? So hanging out around, if you got grandkids, whoever, they're a beautiful example. They can be our teacher in terms of what does this look like when we fully inhabit ourselves. What does that really look like, sound like, feel like? Practice with them. I know Bobby has been taking care of her great-granddaughter, Winter, and she says things like, when Winter naps, I nap. Yes, allow them to be a model. Allow them to show you a more authentic way of being. We need practice. Being the real us. Okay? So that is your mission for today. Yes, child wonder, absolutely. So if you're hanging out with kids, take time with them. I remember little kids going for a walk. You're not power walking. No. You've got my kids called it an adventure. We're going on an adventure. And they'd take their little sand pails and off we'd go. And by the time they got back, there were rocks and bugs and who knows what else in there. But it's stopping and paying attention and being present. They can so teach us how to do this again, because we knew how to do it early on until we got trained out of it. Come on, hurry up, get your shoes on, let's go, you're going to be late, blah, blah, blah. All the stuff, right? So we're letting go of that. And I think that's one of the advantages of those of us on here who are of a certain age, is we can do that differently. Yes, Kennedy absolutely does that for you. All the grandkids. I like watching the kids walk into school here. It is a middle school, so they've already gotten a bunch of conditioning laid on them, but you can still see the lighthearted here. Yes, kid walking is like walking joyful puppies. Absolutely true. Here, there, over here, stop in front of you, bend over to look at something, you almost fall over the top of them. Yes. Vicky, my sister, was talking about my kids yesterday and how when Logan was little, she had been pulling into a parking spot or backing in, I'm not sure, but she bumped into the barricade, and he looks at her, and he has gigantic blue eyes. You think my eyes are blue, you should see his. And he looked at her and he goes, "We quashed." She thought that was hilarious. We quashed. So enjoy them. Enjoy them. Maybe it's going sitting at the park for a while and just watching kids play. See what they do. See how when they fall down, they get back up and they keep going. Might shed a few tears, but they don't let stuff mess them up, right? So allow them to be your little guides today. Find some kids, pay attention, see what they're doing. Listen to the laughter, laugh with them. Enjoy, be present, be present. Have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including recapturing that innocence. Bye-bye.